Okay.
You didn't convince me.
Tanner. Lewis. Let's go, guys. Okay, that was yesterday's stuff. Just like yesterday, what do we got to do when we add or subtract fractions? Find the common denominator. What's the common denominator between 3p and 7p? Brooke. Lewis. 21p. That's all we need. Okay? We don't need a 21p squared here. But you can do it. You should get the same answer. You just got more simplifying to do. Okay? So how many times does 3p go in that? And if you don't know, you do this. Okay? Looks like 7 times. So 7 times 5, I know that's 35. I got a plus here. How many times does 7p go in 21p? I'm just going to do this for the first question. You can do this with every one if you need to, okay? P's cancel, 7 goes in there 3 times. 3 times 2. Okay, that's 35 and 6, which is 41 over 21p. Can I reduce that? I don't think so. I might be mistaken. I don't know. Does 3 looks like it might go in 41, does it? No? Okay. I don't know. That's it then. Okay? Except restrictions. What can't P be? Yeah, it can't be 0 here. It still can't be 0 here. So even when I did this question, it still didn't change the restriction, but you should do this first. Okay, simplify, express in lowest terms, that's it. Common denominator between 3y and 5, 15y. Okay, this is one that, you know what, if you just multiply them together, that's what it is, right? There's nothing lower than that. Okay, so 3y goes in there 5 times. 1 times 5 is 5. I got a plus. 5 goes in 15y 3 times. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, what's 5 and 18? 23 over 15y. Oh, yeah, thank you. 3y goes in there, 5 times 1 is 5. Okay, 5 goes into 15y, 3y times. Thank you. Okay, so I missed something there. That's 5 plus 18y. If you can reduce those 3 numbers, if you can find something that goes in all 3, you do it. In this case, I can't.
Why is it 3y times 6?
Okay, how many times does 5 go into 15y? 3y. Okay. Well, we're going to do more. Common denominator between 6x and 3x. 6x. That's all you need. Okay? How many times does 6x go into itself? Sorry? Oh, thank you. Y can't be, thank you. My brain's cold. 6x goes into itself 1 time. Do I have to write the 1 here? No, but let's just get a procedure and follow it each time. Okay? I got a minus. How many times does 3x go into 6x? twice times 3x minus 2. Okay, the 1 doesn't do anything here. I have 2x minus 5, but this negative 2 definitely multiplies to both things. Minus 6x plus 4 all over 6x. Should have done my restriction first, but I still can. 2x minus 6x is minus 4x. Negative 5 plus 4 is minus 1 all over 6x. You almost done there, Tony. X can't be 0. There you go. All right. This one looks a little, does that look distorted in your book or is it just mine? Yeah, it's because that one's squared and this one's not, so when they type it out, they don't have the same spacing here, but that's fine. What's the common denominator between 2a squared and 5a? Well, just look at the numbers first. I know I need a 10. What's the lowest thing that these both go into? Yeah, got to have a squared there. Okay? If you just have an a squared doesn't go into a, does it? Okay? But it goes into a squared. All right? How many times does 2a squared go in 10a squared? 5 times. Minus, how many times does 5a go in 10a squared? 2a. Again, if you're not that quick on it, you know, hey, keep writing these out, right? Okay, that goes in there. I got a, and that goes in there too. That's 2a times 3. All right, so 5a and 35 minus 6a over 10a squared. So 5a take away 6a is minus 1a, but let's put that after the 35 over 10a squared. Can I do anything else? I don't think so. What's my restriction? Yeah, just same thing. A can't be 0. As long as it's not 0, that's fine. Everything's good. All right. So those are different monomials. We didn't do those yesterday. Now we got binomials. Same thing, just a little bit uglier. What's common between 2x and x minus 4? How about 2x times x minus 4? Okay, just put them both down there. By the way, you could have always done this before. Remember? If we had 2/3 times, I don't know, 1/6, you know the lowest common denominator is 6. But does it work if I multiply them together? Can I make it 18? Sure you can. You just might have some simplifying to do later. Okay? That's all you're doing here. If you don't see what it is, just multiply them together. Okay? It'll work. Might have to simplify, but it'll always work. How many times does 2x go into this? X minus 4 times. Does that look kind of weird? But scratching your head like it hurts. Oh, what the hell? Oh. There it is. Okay? It's going to take some while to get used to it. X minus 4 times this. Okay? Plus, how many times does x minus 4 go into 2x times x minus 4? 2x. 2x times that. Okay? So what do I got to do here? I have to FOIL. Yeah. Okay. Well, we know how to do that. Yes. Okay.
Why did you FOIL the bottom if you're multiplying them together?
Well, foiling is only a binomial times a binomial. This would be distributive law, but
Well, you know what I mean.
yes. Why don't I multiply that out? Because I probably want to cancel something when I'm done. So if I multiply it out, I'm going to have to factor it again, aren't I?
Well, you will, because that would be 2x squared minus 8, which would simplify to like x minus 2 over x.
Just hold that thought. Let's just see what happens. Okay, remember a couple days ago we wanted to factor things so we could cancel stuff out? So I don't want to go backwards and multiply it out. I want it to stay in factored form. Now, well, what else can I do there?
And then
What?
cancel it out.
But just wait. This is what we do, okay? Hang on. I got x squared, okay, minus 9x minus 4x plus 36 plus 6x squared. Do I have 2x squared terms I can collect together? Yeah, okay, so that's going to simplify down a bit. You could multiply this out, but like I said, let's just leave it like that for a sec. Okay? So I have x squared and 6x squared, that's 7x squared, minus 9 and 4 is 13x, and 36 over 2x times x minus 4. Okay? What if I could factor the top now? Can I factor that? Because we got to check.
That's not the same thing what I just said when you use distributive law on the bottom hand. You just have to factor it. Isn't that the same when you FOIL the top? You just have to factor it.
But if I got an x minus a 4 term out of the top, let's say this, it doesn't factor. Let's say it does. Let's say it came out to x plus 9, x minus 4. What would you now do?
Look for the 0 or look for the.
You would do that. Okay, you want to look for that. If I multiply this out, am I going to see that x minus 4 term to cancel? No.
I know, but it works like vice versa. If you FOIL the top and use the bottom, you're going to do the same thing if you use distributive law on the bottom and use the top.
It's no. Trust me.
You end up canceling it out.
No. No, it doesn't work. Okay? So, it turns out, whoops, that's what I got. Okay, that's not going to factor down. What can't x be? It can't be 0, and it can't be 4. What about the top? No. All right, what multiplies to 36 times 7, or 21? What multiplies to 252 and adds to negative 13? Yeah, just, no, you're hoping. Yeah, no, we will get ones that will nicely work down. Let me look ahead. That one doesn't,
You
okay?
don't go further.
You can't. Well, that doesn't help us. No, you want to leave it. Remember how we canceled all these things? You want to cancel factors. This is a factor. That's a factor. I don't want to multiply that out. Just leave it like that, okay? If the top factors, we factor it. I know that one's ugly to try to find out if we can or not. I'm just telling you, you can't, okay?
So if you get another question like that, you can do it every time if you think it might look ugly.
Well, you got to try to factor it. This one doesn't factor.
Well, you didn't even try that.
I know, because I cheated and I looked. I'm not going to give you something that ugly, okay, if it factors. Okay, what's common between this and this? I have no idea, so I write them both. Okay? What's the little trick here? How many times does this go into my common denominator? Which is the term that this one doesn't have? Which is the other term that's here? This many times. You see how that works? Y minus 3 times 4. Got a minus sign. How many times does y minus 3 go into my common denominator? 2y plus 5 times, that's just a 1. Could I have put the 1 first? Sure. Okay? So this is 4y minus 12. This is minus 2y minus 5 all over 2y plus 5 y minus 3. Can I simplify the top? 4y take away 2y is 2y. Negative 12, negative 5 is minus 17 over 2y plus 5 y minus 3. What else can I do? Not much. Can't factor anymore in the top. There's nothing's going to cancel in the bottom. Didn't do my restrictions again. Y can't be 3 or negative 5 over 2.
Why don't we FOIL this? Like, I'm just wondering. I know you can.
Yeah, you can, but why? We want it to remain as factors. We want to cancel stuff out. We want it to be in bracket form to see if it cancels something on the top. And we will get some of those, okay? Today or tomorrow? Not today. Okay? Lowest common denominator. Just multiply these guys together. Okay? Don't FOIL it. Trust me. How many times does x minus 5 go into this? X plus 1 times. How many times does that go in here? Look for the one that isn't there. That's x minus 5. What did I forget? Brackets times x minus 4. Yeah, and restrictions. Okay, let's do that. Thanks. X is not equal to negative 1 or 5. Okay? Hey, double foiling. Sweet. What could be better, right? 2x squared and x and 2x and 1. Again, you got to choose what you're going to do here. Do you want to FOIL that and then multiply everything by negative 1? Or do you want to take that negative 1 in the first binomial and get rid of it? Okay? I prefer to FOIL the whole thing and then multiply everything by negative 1. Some people want to do that first. Make that negative x plus 5. That's fine. Okay? So this is x squared minus 4x minus 5x plus 20. Okay? all over that. So that's 2x squared and 3x and 1. All I'm going to do is get rid of these brackets now. Minus x squared plus 4x plus 5x minus 20 Maya.
Forget about it. Probably wrong.
Collect like terms. 2x squareds minus 1x squareds is 1x squareds. 3x and 4x and 5x is 12x. I got 1 minus 20. What multiplies to negative 19 and adds to 12? Nothing. We're done. You already got my restrictions? That's it. Okay. Let's leave the fun one till last. Pam? Three different fractions. Any idea what your lowest common denominator is? X plus 2 times x plus 1 times x. Okay? How many times does this go in there? Here's a good example. What if you FOILed that? Would you see how many times this went in there? Actually, this isn't foiling. This is foiling, then multiplying by x. You wouldn't have a clue, would you? Here I see that goes in there x plus 1 times x times 3. Okay? Minus. How many times does x plus 1 go in here? X times x plus 2 times 2. Plus. How many times does x go into these two guys? About that many times. Times 1. Let's just put it there to be consistent. We having fun yet?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why don't we cancel out terms like the x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 1, x plus 1, the x?
You can't.
I don't know why.
Can I cancel out those 2's? This is 6 over 2. This is 3. If I do that, it's not 3 anymore. Okay? I can only cancel this if it goes in both things. Now it's 3. I can't cancel x plus 1 here because it's not here. I can't cancel x plus 2 here and here because it's not here. All these pluses and minuses, they have to have the same term in them, or you can't do it. Okay? Can't do that. All right, so that's the hard part. Now we just simplify this down. You can do this distributive law, then multiply it by 3, or how about just making that 3x, x plus 1, minus 2x, x plus 2. This I can FOIL. X squared and x and 2x and 2 all over. Let me just cheat. the same thing, my lowest common denominator. I don't want to write that every time. Okay? Is this going to be on our quiz tomorrow?
We have a quiz tomorrow?
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us.
Yes. Sorry? What?
Wait, so this,
I'm not done. Yeah. Okay?
That's on our quiz. Let's do it this.
All right. 3x squared and 3x minus 2x squared minus 4x and x squared. Let's just collect those. You notice they gave us a lot of space under this question? Okay, how many x squareds do I have? 3 minus 2 is 1, plus 1 is 2 x squareds. X's, I have 3 minus 4 is minus 1, plus 3 is 2, x, and only one number. All over. Now I'll write it. Let's put it like that. What can I do to the top? I can take a 2 out. X squared and x and 1. Yep. Can I factor that? What multiplies to 1 and adds to 1? Nothing. If it's 1 times 1, it's got to add to 2, right? Okay, so I'm done. Okay? Non-permissible values. I keep forgetting. Can't be 0, can't be negative 1, can't be negative 2. Well, that was fun. Okay, 5 to 8 odd. 9 and 10. No, I'm not going to give you that on the quiz tomorrow, but you are having a quiz tomorrow on adding, okay?
so that's the stuff that we did yesterday, right?
Well, it's pretty much, you might get one like that. Sure. It's adding, okay?
What were the questions? 5 to 8 odd and
9 and 10.